We can see him. Hi, Lane. Can't hear you. He might not have his microphone on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lori Bauer said congratulations to the Thorntons for getting into Louisville and good luck. Derek Brown says, good. See you guys in Louisville. He'll be there to watch. He's getting a new body put on his pickup right now.
Yep. Yeah, he's a tough one next year too.
Yeah, he was starting to get it figured out there towards the end, I think.
Yep. He's gonna be tough this next year. So everybody is. There isn't nobody that's a slouch. That's one thing. And even going to Louisville, there's not going to be anybody there that's gonna. Everybody's there to win, and all the gloves come off there.
So you guys, is this your first trip to Louisville, or you been to Louisville before?
We went there in 2018, and that was a very eye-opening experience. I drove that time, and so it was raining. When we were taking the trucks from Broadbent over to the other pull track, and sat outside. It was raining. It was like, oh my, it was just, things were just not going in our favor, I guess. And we had to set out there, and the motor got cold sitting out there and everything. And probably the worst part of the whole thing was finally got up there and got ready to pull, taking off with the truck. The visor on the helmet flipped down, and it was just full of moisture, and it just fogged over immediately. Of course, you got one hand on the throttle, one hand on the steering wheel. And it's like you just hope you went in the best place you could go. That's kind of how that went. So, but we learned a lot, I think we got 6th or something like that. So we felt like
Go ahead, Murray.
I said we just felt like we did okay. So
I thought I should have remembered that. I was actually there in 18, so you'd think I would have remembered that. But you guys, first time back since 18. Of course, you won the championship with the Outlaws in 18 as well, right?
17 and 18.
17 and 18. You won the points in 23. Convincingly, you won the points this year. It was a big year for you guys. 20 hooks, you guys won half of them. 15 top 5s, 3/4 of the events you were finished in the top 5, 13 top 3s. So awesome year for you guys. Lane's gone. I looked up and he was gone. Jason, did you boot Lane from the show?
He was waving, trying to get your attention, I think.
We can't hear you, Jason. Jason's playing with technology here. He has a new studio there.
Looks nice.
Can you hear us, Jason? Okay, I see his lips moving. He hears us. We just can't hear him.
Yeah. It's got a thumbs up anyway.
Derek Brown, we're trying to get there. Yeah, they were getting that truck figured out. So that's all right, Murray. We'll just talk to you. I'm not sure. I think Lane was having some connection issues there.
Yeah, that's
obviously. Fine. So what do you do to prepare for Louisville that's possibly different from what you would prepare for an outdoor pull during the summer?
Well, that's a good question. I really don't. I know we're going to definitely change gearing, obviously, for one thing. It's nice because we got a heater on our motor now, so we don't have to deal with that and try to warm the motor up before we go over there.
Okay.
We run one of those water heaters, which is going to be a pretty big benefit, I think. So, we just hopefully we're going to get the motor back here pretty quick so we can get it stuck in there. We've really not done a lot of changing to the truck per se. So just pray a lot, hope we're in the first few that get a pull, I guess. It seems like the first group or usually the first 3 seem to be the ones that do the best usually. Not always, but it seems like that seems to be what I've experienced anyway, watching it.
So do you guys like check the air quality? Like if you go indoors, the air quality could possibly be different inside as outside. Will you change any of your fueling setups, air to fuel ratio?
We'll probably check it, but normally we never change it once it's dynoed and set. I mean, if there's a big difference, then yeah, obviously we want to change it.
Okay.
Generally, it usually is a little bit lazier, I think, indoors than it is outside like that. But we've only pulled twice. We pulled in Kansas City and we pulled in Louisville that once. So
okay.
Doesn't seem to. I know some guys are really big into that, but I don't know if there's a huge difference. Like if you go to Colorado, obviously there's a huge difference, but
right, the altitude, yeah. Yeah, just curious on that. I know I've heard guys say that, now, particularly they were blower motors, saying that they missed the fuel setting from being outside to Louisville, and they didn't adjust for it. So didn't know if you guys had that issue or not on a naturally aspirated motor.
I don't think ours is as critical as theirs is. But I do know that, you can lose some power, obviously. But man, I tell you that track, everything happens so quick. It just seemed like you just get started and you're done. So speed everything up a bit. There's Lane. I think he can hear us now.
He's got it. He's in a different room now. That's what it was. He just had to go to another room. Lane, how's it going?
Good. I'm actually on my phone. I was on a tablet and it just wouldn't.
Well, we're all done. So Lane, have a good night.
That's great. Good talking to you.
Are you snowed in up there as well?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Murray and I only live about less than 10 miles apart.
Okay. Yeah, we was talking to Claypoole earlier. He was going to be on here as well, but he had some power issues, so he's dealing with no power. So we let him beg off tonight. We'll get him back on another night. But so Lane, is the whole crew going to Louisville?
I think Ryan's going to have to stay home and calve out some cows.
Oh, really? Do you guys have to draw straws, or he just always has the short straw on that deal?
Do we what?
Does Ryan always have the short straw on that? Did he have a choice?
No. I asked him if he wanted to go, and we've got people that help us that could do it, but I think he's going to stay home. He may change his mind.
Yeah, he can always watch the live stream and watch it live. And
yeah, I'm guessing that's what he'll do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my wife's going to go. She hasn't told me different yet.
Good deal. Well, there's a lot of people, chiming in saying good luck to you guys this year. And we wish you guys the best of luck as well. I was talking to Murray a little bit about, what you guys do differently. Can you think of anything you do differently when you're going to Louisville that's different from what you do, say, going to Rock Valley?
Probably slow the tires down a little. That's about it, isn't it, Murray?
Yep. Just hope you can feel it and let it rip. That's the big thing.
Now, how did you do on your gearing the first time you went to Louisville? You think you nailed it, or were you a little off?
We had a different motor at that time too. And what do you think, Murray? You drove it.
It was geared too high last time for sure.
So, and what's your horsepower difference from then to now?
Probably 300 or 400 RPM, or 300 or 400 horse. I'd say right in there.
Okay.
So it'll be a lot of.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we're kind of going in kind of blind, to be honest with you.
Yeah, how critical is that from, say, one gear too high, one gear too low? I mean, is there a little bit of leeway in there, or is it just literally the next one up is too high and the next one is too low?
Oh no, there's some leeway. Probably the biggest problem with getting too low is too many RPMs and breaking the tires loose too easily. If you get a little taller gear, it seems to hold the track better.
Where's the sweet spot on the Sonny Leonard setup? What RPM is just perfect?
Oh, for the motor we run, Murray, when you say right around 8, somewhere in there.
Yep. Right at that 8.
Right at 8,000. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that seems to be the standard motor anymore. The Sonny Leonard Hemi. There's still some guys hanging on. The Ford Hemis and such, and you guys hung on to yours for the longest time, but that's almost a universal modified four-wheel drive truck motor now.
I think you're going to see there's some Ford stuff coming around. I think you're going to see some of those. I think, the thing about Sonny's is they've just got a lot of experience, a lot of development, and the Ford thing's a little behind, but I think they'll catch up.
Yeah. Now I've heard that the Sonny Leonard, they're really good about taking care of the customers too. Is that what you guys have experienced so far? I mean, I know some guys some pro stock guys that actually went to them from another builder, and they said it was like night and day how good they treated them.
They've been very good to us. They've helped us out, got us out of a kind of a jam there. Like I said, at the beginning of this last year, it had issues, and we sent it back, and they got it done, and they actually sent it back to us from a courier, so we could get it quick enough to be in for the next pull. So I mean, they did a good job of getting it fixed, and getting it back to us. So that says volumes of them. So, and the whole thing of it is though too, Ron. I mean, you look at Foster's last year, how they did and they run a 650, obviously, and so it doesn't matter who's got the biggest motor or the smallest motor. It's who's got it hooked to the ground, and if you can't hook it, it doesn't do you any good. So, that's probably the biggest struggle is trying to pick. I know Lane was talking about the gear, but trying to pick the gear that will keep the truck hooked, and that's really the key. And then, having the feel in the seat and feeling what's happening with it. So,
yeah, Christine Broughton is talking about Sonny's on there right now, and this is our bid to get Sonny's racing engines as a sponsor, I think, tonight. So
there we. Well, I'll tell you, Ron, we sent 2 motors to them to get freshened, and they're going to be shipped back at the end of this week or next week. They're done and ready to come back. And I can't tell you how many times in the past we have waited to get a motor until a few days before the first pull, if we even got it then. So that speaks volumes to us.
Yeah, that's a big deal anymore, with the parts shortages and the supply chain being compromised and all. But yeah, it's good to hear the companies out there taking care of customers.
Yep.
And they answer their phone. That's if you call, you're going to get somebody to talk to. That's I mean, I've got Junior's cell phone number. Kelly's just as good as can be to talk to. There's always somebody there that can give you an answer, and that's a pretty big plus.
Yeah, they were giving away an engine there at PRI back when I went in 19, I think. Man, I wished I was having truck pull dreams about reviving my truck pulling career. I thought, man, if I could win that motor, it'd be on.
I think that's the year we were actually there, but I think it was electronic fuel injection.
Yeah,
but
it was a little different. Yeah. That'd have been an easy change. But well, guys, anybody you want to thank, Murray or Lane? And Murray, we'll start with you. Anybody you want to thank for this awesome season you guys have had and your upcoming trip to Louisville?
Well, I guess I'd like to just thank Outlaws, for starters, is one of the big things. They gave us the opportunity, and there again, Sonny's for what they've done for us, and and all, obviously, our families for putting up with us being gone and that sort of thing too. So that's important too. But and some of the other things that you don't see, Ryan, man, he helps us an awful lot, and this would be a lot tougher without him. I can tell you that. He's sure kicked in and done things over and above beyond what he should have had to do. And not that we don't help him, but I don't think it's a very fair trade. I mean, he's doing a lot more for us than we probably do him for him. So, but, and just thanking God for, the opportunity to be able to do these things, something we love. And we just want to give all the glory to him for what we do. So
absolutely. Lane, anybody you'd like to add to that list?
I think
thank you list?
Job there. But I everything he said, I just agree with all of it. And, just to be able to do this and to be healthy enough to be able to do it and to be able to take the time and go do it. And it's a blessing. It really is. I mean, you get towards the end of the year and it's been a long year, but boy, it's so great to be able to do it. So I'm very thankful for that.
Well, guys, thanks for taking out, letting us take up some of your time tonight. Good luck at Louisville. We'll all be there watching. Those of us not going are going to be at home watching on the live stream. But good luck to you guys. You got 5 weeks, man. It's 5 weeks from tomorrow night.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Lane and Murray Thornton, thanks, guys, for coming on tonight. We appreciate it. Good luck at Louisville.
Thank you.
What you guys do. We appreciate what you guys do, too. It's awesome.
Thanks, Murray. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. Jason,
Ron, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Hey, it's working. Okay.
You're like on Third Rock from the Sun, that great big giant head. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Well, I'm trying to play with technology here because you're a good chatterbox.
Yeah, we've got some people watching tonight. We don't see on here very often, honestly. But
honestly, the off season a little bit, Ron. We can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure. Get more people watching. I enjoy that. I think it's fun.
Well, let's we're gonna go from Iowa. We're gonna go to Illinois now. We're gonna go to Harvard, Illinois. Is that where Harvard is? The school? I didn't think it was in Illinois.
I'm pretty sure that Ted's the dean of students there.
I don't think so.
And Tim is. I think Tim's.
Good answer, Ted. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
How much snow did you guys get so far today?
It's still snowing up here, but we probably got 6-7 inches on the ground.
Yeah, I think we're in at 8 to 10 here in Richland Center. So, Chuck Hobbs.
Did you see this? Chuck Hobbs saying hello, guys. The Skelton family. What's this? Mick Broughton is throwing some rumor out there. And I've heard this too, but is this really going to happen this year? Is this? Mick, what do you know that we don't know? We don't know all the intricacies of this, but I have heard that in the last year or so that was going to happen. Talking about Cody Lewis coming back out in the 4-wheel drive class. But Ted and Tim Skelton on here tonight, 3rd place. You got your first full year with the Outlaws. Not too shabby, man. First time out running a smaller motor, right? You running a 650 all year?
Yep.
650 against the 700 plus, almost 800 cubic inch motor, some around that 800 mark. 3rd in the points, 2023, literally 4 points out of 2nd place. I mean, you gave Joe Claypoole and Eric Claypoole a scare, finishing within 4 points of them. 3 first places, 5 top 3 finishes, or 8 top 3 finishes, actually. 14 top 5s. There was only 20 hooks, so that just shows how consistent you were throughout the season. When I was looking at the stats today, Ted, it looked like you were stronger early and mid-season. It was the last several hooks. Did something happen there at the end of the year that compromised the truck? It seemed like your worst finishes came at the end of the year. I mean, you didn't have any bad ones. It just it didn't finish as high as it did earlier.
Well, I think the worst finish I had was in Macon, Missouri. We had made a couple adjustments to the truck that we thought would make it better, and it didn't. It went the wrong way. And we went back home and put everything back the way it was and went back to work from there. But that was a kind of a downfall for us right there. It hurt us pretty bad in the points. We could have made up some ground, and we didn't.
Okay. I mean, you had an awesome run. 3rd place is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, we had pulls this year. We had a couple times we had 22 hooks in that class, which is huge. I can't remember ever having that many hooks in a modified 4-wheel drive class with the Outlaws. But twice this year we had that. Big numbers for the class this year. This is your what? How many times have you been to Louisville?
7 in a row now.
7 in a row. And you'll see. I know you won it, 2 years ago in 2022?
Yeah, I won it 2 years ago. I was 3rd last year. I've been 2nd. I've had a few other finishes The bone went there the first year they put 4-wheel drives back in there, and Tim was third that year with the bone.
What's your secret? I mean, I've noticed, I think you're a pretty good track reader. And like you heard Maria and Lane Thornton, they said it's important to get hooked to the track. Gear is important.
I think it's a learning game. Once you've been there and you kind of know what you're up against, and the short track, and it really, it kind of intimidating, but you got to learn how to set your truck up to get down that track, because you ain't got time to mess around. You got to go.
Yeah. Now, I was talking to them about gear a little bit. Now, you've been there enough times now. Do you have a Louisville gear? Do you have a specific gear you always use at Louisville?
Yes and no. We thought we did, but we've made chassis adjustments and gotten the truck better, and now we got a different Louisville gear. So it's always changing.
Okay. So you've made adjustments since the end of the season this summer, this past summer?
Well, since we were at Louisville last year, yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. You're running the Sonny Leonard 650, and of course at Louisville you can run the bigger cubic inch motors. But yeah, you always figure out a way to get it to the ground there, and I mean, kudos to you. I think you do an awesome job of making that little motor work. Another guy that does that well with that 650, I say little motor, but is Jamie Bush. He's pretty good at making that thing work too up against the big motors.
Yes, he is.
So what, you heard the interview before. I mean, what do you guys do different for Louisville? I know you say you have a specific gear. What else do you do different? Anything that you would do normally for an outdoor hook?
You got to be just cognizant of your tire pressures, because you're going from Broadbent Arena, which has been sealed and everybody's got heaters on, to out in the cold. And yeah, so you got to be prepared for the worst when it comes to tire pressure, because once you lose it, you really can't get it back that easy.
Yeah. Now, do you know your order before the pull at Louisville, or is it you find out the day of?
Well, we usually find out the day of. We get down there and get the truck into Broadbent, and they stage everybody in order down there, so you know where you're at.
Gotcha. Do you have a lot of people going with you? Is it just the two of you heading up there?
No, my wife will go, and usually my nephew Nick goes down with us and gives us a hand down there.
Okay. The bone, you got anything different going on with the bone for next year, Tim?
Always.
Still Ford though, right?
Oh yes.
Always, right?
Tim wouldn't let me change the Ford out of it.
I didn't figure he would. I've had a few discussions with him. He seems to be tried and true Ford. But hey, the BG Party Advocates checking in. Thanks for watching tonight. He's been a regular watcher here the last few weeks or so. So give us a synopsis of your season. How do you think your season was this past summer? You had 20 hooks, which is that the most hooks you ever had with an organization in a season?
I think we did more when we were running the regions, but
okay.
It was definitely a lot of traveling.
So what's your if you give us just a general synopsis of the season? I mean, you got to know you did a great job, but just curious how you think you did.
Well, there was a few times we could have done better. You end up having a long ride home because you kicking yourself for what you did or what you changed and shouldn't have. And, but for the most part, I got to give the credit to Tim. I mean, he's setting up the truck. He's gearing it, tire pressures. We're watching, he's checking the race pack every time and analyzing what I did. Big brother's watching. He'll tell me what I did wrong.
Does he ever chew on your butt a little bit about doing something wrong, Ted?
No, not usually, because usually I can tell him what I did, and it backs it up. The race pack kind of backs me up and says, "Yep, that's what you did."
Tim, is that frustrating? Is like pulling your hair out when you're trying to figure all that stuff out, or is it just simply data and you just use the data?
It's gotten to the point that it's second nature for me. I mean, I can look at the screen and tell him, "Hey, you blew the tires loose here for a half a second," or et cetera, et cetera. But it's I learn every pass he makes. I learn from it, and we've been doing the two truck team thing for so long that if I'm running down, if I make a pass before him, I can give him exactly what he needs to do, and then he goes out there and kicks my butt by 15 feet.
I would say, Ted, like when Tim hooks earlier, I feel like, because I see him just literally sprint back to you, and I see you guys talking because I was always running a camera for Outlaw TV. I really just see the excitement in Tim's eyes and hear the passion in his voice. I'm going to do this and this. I'm going to set the old man up, and he's going to go out and kick some ass. And I always love talking to Tim like that. You get all excited and go that. And a lot of times you did, and having those two truck teams like that. And then like Tim knowing your truck. I mean, Tim's like Rain Man when it comes to pulling trucks. Talking to him, it's crazy, and what he knows and what he learns. And when you guys could spread out, I know it's luck of the draw, guys, where you hook in the class, but where you had 4 or 5 trucks, maybe more in between you. And I felt like when Tim and I have no data, I didn't go through the results, but if Tim was an earlier hook and he went out there, he could come back and set you up and square you away. I feel like that was really, that was some of the best runs I seen you made this summer, Ted. So,
it's definitely an advantage for me. He's got the knowledge and already ran down the track, and he knows exactly how my truck is set up. So, he gives me the input, and this is what we need to do. And hey, I just got to be the dummy in the seat and do the job. We can go A to B.
So I think it's pretty incredible. Is this your 8th trip to Louisville, or is this the 7th?
7th.
Seventh.
This is the 7th. Okay.
This is the 6th year in a row for me.
6th year in a row. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Doesn't happen for everybody like that, but
no. And I'm blessed, and I appreciate the committee down there selecting us to come back. Year after year, we've done well down there. So I think that has something to do with, they keep bringing us back.
You guys put on a good show, and you're extremely competitive. I mean, that's enough right there. I mean, you guys do an awesome job. But what's ahead? What's after Louisville in 2024 for you guys?
Well, I think I don't know that we're going to run a whole circuit with anybody. I mean, that was a lot of running we did this past year. I think we're going to jump around and hit some pulls we want to do and do some other things this summer. We did, find other things to do when the pandemic was going on. That it does not involve pulling.
You found out there was another life out there.
There is a life outside of pulling, believe it or not.
No, Jason, are you hearing this?
I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to turn this off right now. Skelton saying shit like that on here. Come on here saying all that blasphemy. I hope my wife's not listening because she's jumping up and down right now.
But it is a lot of fun when you show up and somebody goes, "What are you doing here?" We're here to pull, man.
Yeah. We had fun with you guys this past summer. It was an awesome summer with the modified 4-wheel drive trucks. I think it was probably one of the best years we've had in a long time for that class. But you guys,
I think from top to bottom, for sure, one of the most competitive classes for sure this summer.
Yeah.
A lot of tough iron in there. So,
and what's crazy about it is a few of our regulars that pulled like week in, week out with us in the past were not regulars this past year. A couple of them kind of Richard Clark and Redline, Josh Major doesn't make every hook, and he just won the points 2 or 3 years ago with his truck. But there would have been even more trucks out, and that class just exploded in 23 for us. So then you hear some other guys that are putting some stuff together and getting back in the game, so it's liable to be another huge season. But anytime you guys don't have anything going on there and that other life beyond pulling, I mean, come back and see us. Come hang with us.
Oh yeah.
So any more indoor? Go ahead, Jason.
Tim, whose truck did Jason Brammer buy?
His truck.
His old truck.
He sold
he did?
Elshingers after he won Cloverdale in 18, and then he just bought it back. So it's his.
I saw he had a post today.
It's his rolling chassis with their body on it.
Gotcha. I was curious. I know you would know. So.
Corn fed or something like that, wasn't it?
Yep.
Corn fed.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, I saw that he was buying his old truck back. Here you guys are right here.
Yeah, this was the pull where we made the wrong adjustment.
I didn't. I just picked a random video, Skelton, so don't get pissed at me.
Yeah, but you jumped into it when we didn't even see my run.
Were you early in the class?
I ran shortly after Hagedorn.
Well, we'll watch this, and then there's this little button called the rewind button, and I can find anything on Outlaw Pulling TV.
Well, because I probably watched that video probably 100 times, and I still laugh at the fact that Ron Stone was basically speechless when I put 16 feet past the leader flag.
Ron,
I was
Ron's
speechless.
He was speechless.
Yeah, if that ever happens, something good happened. So.
So right there, Ted, you're thinking, we screwed up.
We did. I knew it.
I think you knew that about the 15-foot mark.
Yeah.
15-foot mark.
But it happens. We thought it would work. If you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. So we're always, trying to tweak and change and looking at what the truck's doing and trying to improve it all the time.
Yeah. That's obviously the name of the game. I mean, if you're being stagnant, somebody else is just going to pass you because somebody else is doing that, trying to find the edge.
Yep.
So Jason's looking for your hook there, Tim.
Tim, were you before Christensen's or after them?
After. I think.
I don't remember.
I know it was semi-dark when I ran. Yeah, I was after Hagedorn and Jamie Bush because I couldn't see the leader flag, and I was holding my thumb out the window, going up, down, looking at Jamie because I had no clue.
There you are.
I see you staged back there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now, how big is your motor, Tim?
Well, we kind of had everybody fooled for the
You
most
run a
part
bigger
this
motor
past
this
summer.
year.
I was running a big motor. It was 820 cubic inch.
Woo.
But the problem was it was almost untamable.
I can't remember where I heard you say something to somebody about it just recently, and I thought he was running a 650, but
Yeah, you let everybody know I was running a 650.
Yeah, there's your thumb, Tim. You're
Yep.
right. Like,
I couldn't see the leader flag. I was looking at Jamie Bush going, was that a good one?
Do you guys have any sponsors that you want to mention tonight? If you do, take the floor here and thank your sponsors.
Well, Rick Andrietta Farms, with the rock, and then Walters Farms helps us out with the bone, all year long.
Well, probably Lube Keys, Tubes and Hoses in Janesville because my boss lets me go pulling. And when I turned in my schedule for this past season, they kind of raised their eyebrows.
Well, guys, congratulations on an awesome season. Third place, a points run this year is nothing to sneeze at. That's an awesome run. Good luck in future endeavors, and good luck at Louisville. We'll all be watching. I'll be there, and Jason will be there. If you find yourself walking around, if you have time walking around out at the farm show, stop by the Beer Money tent, the Beer Money display, and we'll get an interview with you guys. But thanks for taking the time out tonight as well, and good luck.
Tim, are you guys staying all week? Or I know you pull on Wednesday night, but are you guys staying all week?
No.
I got a day job, man. I got to work.
Okay. Well, no, we're running like a little media center in our booth in the West Hall, and I just want to I'm trying to get pullers signed up. We're starting to work on that list. So, are you guys going back right away Thursday morning, or
Probably Wednesday night after the poll.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Because we've come back in some pretty bad weather before.
Yeah, there's been some sketchy weather sometimes. So
Yeah.
Jason, have you been putting these comments up? Murray Thornton put that up there.
The last one I had up was Kurt saying it was great having Ted and Tim at 23.
okay. Gotcha.
That's the last one I put up. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I was working on charging my computer before it died. So
Gotcha. Yeah, Murray said some of the best driving he's seen
Yeah, he's talked to me about that, and I appreciate that. I told him that I've been running the same truck and the same setup for a long time. It's just like, an old pair of shoes. I'm comfortable in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was to you. That might have been for me at Macon.
Oh, I don't think so.
just take it as a team compliment.
Yeah, okay.
Do you guys have a favorite track you pull on? Chuck Hobbs asking, besides Paw.
Toma.
Ted, Toma?
Yeah, I've done well at Toma.
You always like it when you do well.
Well, guys, once again, thanks for taking the time out tonight to be on the show. And if I see you guys in Louisville, I'm sure I will. I'll stop and chat with you. But best of luck to you.
Appreciate you having us.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Yep.
The Rock and the Bone team, Ted and Tim Skelton out of Harvard, Illinois, going back to the Farm Machinery Show. This is the 6th year in a row for them. Be their 7th trip back. I'd say he got 3rd last year. Ted got 1st 2 years ago. So they'll be going representing the Outlaws this year, along with Joe Claypoole and Risky Business and Murray and Lane Thornton and Thumper. So we got one more 4-wheel drive team to get in, Jason. Before Louisville, I've got this all figured out how we can get all these Outlaw Louisville pullers on the show before Louisville starts.
Awesome.
So we're going to try to get every one of them on. And of course, that includes the Tuesday night before Louisville as well. It starts on Wednesday, the 14th. Valentine's Day is a kickoff Farm Machinery Show this year. So don't forget to get your wife or your significant other those flowers and chocolates before you tune in to the live stream or head to Louisville this year. Jason, you do that for your wife, right?
Yeah. No, my wife, she gets whatever she wants, Ron, whatever she wants.
She gets whatever she wants. Huh?
Yep. We're going to Cancun the week after Louisville, I think.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. So good show tonight. Jason, thanks for coming on and helping.
Yeah, I mean, we started on time. I'm quite proud of us for that, Ron. And
yeah, I'm not even going to acknowledge that statement. But I swear I clicked the button. I swear. I asked Mike. We were on time, but I don't know. I remember going up there and clicking it, but
no, it's all good. No, I was driving home from my meeting. And I'm like, I'm gonna come and just listen to the guys, and I'm like, they're not live. It's like 7:15 or something. I'm like, crap. As soon as I got on, you guys were jumping on. So, and then you were Jimmy's all smiley, talking and yakking, and it was fun.
Yeah. So, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight to Outlawed Live. Tune in next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central, where we'll have some more guests that are going to Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. Jason, no news from you, huh? I mean, usually you got some rumor or something going on we can talk about before the end of the show.
No, life is good. We're just chilling, waiting for pushing the vote. We're pushing the fan vote for the Pullers Championship. I've been seeing a lot of outlaw pullers, asking for the fans to vote for them on TikTok and Snapchat and Facebook and everything. And then it's been just go.
So who's up right now in the voting? I mean, who's up for?
Well, everybody, the whole world's up. There's 205 4-wheel drive trucks listed, 170 super farms. I think those are 2 big classes. So every puller in basically United States and or Canada that fits those class rules is on that list. Brent Yarn puts all that together for us.
Okay. So, how does one vote for their favorite outlaw puller?
Go to thepullerschampionship.com and click on fan vote, and you can vote once a day.
Thepullerschampionship.com and click on fan vote, and you can vote as many times as you want, just not in the same day.
Yeah, vote once a day, and then it's pretty self-explanatory. I think like for some classes, there's only 3 you can vote for. For other classes, you can vote for 6 or 7 based upon how the initial registrations went, Ron. If people turned it down or kept it or whatever. Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
And then we have a pick'em contest for Shipshewana right now. I know there's a few outlaw pullers heading out to Shipshewana this weekend. I saw Brad Lundell was loading up today. It's on the Beer Money Pulling Team Facebook page or the Pullers Championship. It's just a fun pick'em contest, and it's like golf. We're treating it like a golf score, Ron. The lowest score wins. If you if you pick the winner, you get 1 point. If you pick the fourth place, if you pick your puller and they get fourth, you get 4 points. And then the overall winner of the weekend wins weekend passes to the Pullers Championship or a free live stream weekend pass. So,
okay, all right,
yep.
Awesome. Hey, let's give away a hat, man. I've got.
Yeah,
I noticed had a couple hats left over from the season, autographed hats. Actually, the Case IH Outlaw hats. This one, I chose this one tonight because it's Jason's birthday. Jason Wayman, Megatron, signed this hat. So, trivia question. It'll be something we talked about tonight. What season besides 2023 did Lane and Murray Thornton win the Outlaw Points Championships? They won them back to back. What seasons were they? So if somebody can answer that question.
Do you have 2 hats by any chance?
I do.
Let's do how many years in a row has Ted Skelton been invited to Louisville?
Not total years, but years in a row, consecutive.
Years in a row. Yep.
Okay. All right. So anybody that can answer those 2 questions.
Chris Slaughter says 2017.
Chris and Dallas, it was 2 years. 2 years that they won the points championships. I will tell you they were back to back. I'll let you have that. But they won it in 2023, but they also won it back to back in 2 previous seasons. What were those 2 seasons?
Dallas Todd says 7 for Skeltons. Was that it?
Not consecutive.
Okay. Slaughter says
okay.
And 18.
Yeah, he did say 17 first, right? So we can give it to Chris Slaughter because he said 17 and 18.
Yep.
Chuck Hobbs missed out. He was just seconds late, Chuck.
Oh, Chuck's going to get the Skelton one. 6 consecutive. There he goes. Boom.
There we go. All right. So
these guys paid attention tonight, Ron.
Normally
people don't listen to you at all. It's kind of
I know, right? You never listen to me. I know. That's crazy, but so how can they reach out to us and we can get their address and such so we can send them these hats?
Let's do the Outlaw Facebook page.
Go through the Outlaw Facebook page on Messenger, Chuck, and
Chris Slaughter.
And Chris, and just go to Messenger on the Outlaw Facebook page. Put your name and your what, Chuck? That's a little too much information, buddy. A little too much.
Chuck drives a mini rod. That's all you have to say. They're special.
Chuck says he'll pick it. Chuck, you might have to remind me to bring it to Louisville. That's still 5 weeks away. So,
dude, Ron, if it was 5 minutes away, you'd forget. Let's be real. Come on.
Yeah, I forget my name if you ask me too quickly. So I do have another hat, another autographed hat. So I have one Jason Wayman. Happy birthday, Jason Wayman, by the way. And the other one is a Corey Schluter autographed hat. So just like the one I just showed you. So congratulations, guys. Congratulations on our Outlaw Pullers going to the Farm Machinery Show. Ted and Tim Skelton and Murray and Lane Thornton. Good luck, guys. Thank you all for watching. Jason, thanks for all you do for the Outlaws and for pulling.
No, and we'll see. Thanks for letting me back. Thanks for letting me come back on the show, Ron. It was good.
Anytime, man. Anytime. We'll see you next week. I'm sure I'll talk to you sooner, but when we go live, I'll see you next week. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Good night, everybody.